will be very short, but I wanted to talk about it because if you've spoken with me about the trade license, if we've consulted or whatever, I usually just simplify it to there are two types of trades: qualified, unqualified, and that's kind of it, because for most people that's enough to understand the difference and we don't need to go into much of details. But in this video, I want to go a bit more into details, so I will be talking about the different trades in the Czech Republic and roughly what you should expect when you're trying to get a trade license with one of these. So from this perspective, we can say either still keep the unqualified qualified, that's fine as well. And then under the unqualified, there is the 82 trades, and under the qualified one, there would be 3 different categories. Or we can divide it in a different way. One would be notifiable trades, where you basically just notify the trade license office about you willing to start a business in that field. And then there are 3 different categories of that. And then another would be the concession trades, where you need to get like additional approval of the government, let's say. And in total, there are just like the same 4 type of trades. It just depends on how you name it, how you structure it. So when you're starting a trade license, you need to choose what activities you want to include into the trade license. And those are the trades or fields of business or activities, whatever we call it. And these must meet some requirements, obviously, but that would be more of, say, a consultation. Let's do consultation. Because on one hand, you should include into the trade license the trades you want to work in. So if you want to provide consultation services, you should include consultations into the trade license, because you should not work in the field for which you're not qualified by your trade license. So if you want to work in this field, you must have this field in the trade license. That's kind of simple as this. On the other hand, you can also add more trades, maybe those even that you will not be using right now, but there is an eventuality that in the future you will use those. Might be better to add them now, because you can do it all at the same time, no extra cost, nothing, compared to adding them later, which is also possible, but you will just need to go again to the trade license office, maybe pay some fee, all that. So it's like you might want to add more trades at the same time. Yeah, so that's this. And what are the trades then? So the first easiest category is the free trade or unqualified trades, let's say. And that's the easiest because you don't need to prove any qualification, any education. You just go to the trade license office, you give them the documents they need, and they get you the trade license. Or of course you can hire us and we do it on your behalf, so you don't need to go anywhere, but you get the point. And this would be generally the case for like online stores. It might vary depending on what you sell in what volume, but generally then consultations, as I mentioned, IT, provision of IT services, so all the software developers, all these kind of trades, English teachers, obviously these are very common in the Czech Republic, or marketing, advertisement, accommodation services to some extent. So like not real estate services in terms of like being a real estate agent, that's different, but standard like renting out apartments, all that. So that's easy, done within a week. And that's kind of it. He's amazing. Okay, so that's another Czech person who comes here, says that my English is shit and leaves. So, okay. So, okay, let's continue. I hope I'm on a correct channel, because like now it's only Czech people commenting and that's weird. So, okay, anyway, craft trade. That's the second category. That obviously applies to craft kind of trades. So bricklaying, hairdressers, carpenters, butchers, bakery, all these kind of trades, craft trades. Generally speaking, if you want to get into these, you must have education in that field. So if you want to open a butcher shop, you should be a butcher. If you want to open a hairdressing studio, what's going on? Maybe I'm starting on a different channel, whatever. So if you want to open a hairdressing studio, then you should have like a diploma in hairdressing. Yeah, so easy as this. If you're a foreigner, this obviously gets a bit more complicated, because even if you are a hairdresser in the US or in India or Ghana, wherever, then it does not mean that you can automatically do it here. You would need to do like a recognition of your diploma, the nostrification, and that might be a bit complicated. Then third is so-called bound trades, which is kind of similar to this. It's just more strict rules and some specified trades. So it might be massages or tourist guides, in a way, accountant services, operation of a drive-in school, these kind of trades, which are a bit more dangerous, maybe, let's say, where you can hurt people, where you can hurt more people at the same time. So yeah, and that's obviously more complicated to get, more complicated to prove, all that. And the last category, American here, kid. Okay, perfect. We'll do another, or I will do another live stream when I finish this one, which will be in 2-3 minutes. So then I will go to the joiners section. I will do a live stream directly for joiners. So Keith, I'll see you there in a couple minutes. Okay, so the last category of the trades is so-called concession trades, which means that you need to get a special, like an additional approval of the government, let's say. You need to get a concession. And that can be as simple as just like going to the municipality and asking for it, which is, for example, the case for taxi drivers, or potentially even for like Bolt food or Bolt food deliveries, where you don't even need to go to the municipality yourself. The trade license office will do it on your behalf. So that's relatively straightforward. But if you, for example, wanted to sell weapons or do the like driving school, okay, but maybe like sell alcohol or manufacture alcohol or similar trades, then that might be way more complicated to get, because you need to you need to prove some like financial proofs and of course qualification proofs, and that might take way more time and way more effort. So this is generally it. I will share links to the different articles we've written about this topic, to the survey. Fuck, I need coffee. I think it's a little bit too late, but I think I will need caffeine. So I will share links to articles we've written about these topics in the description of the video once it's uploaded to YouTube. And I will see, and of course, if you need any assistance with the trade license or you have any questions about the trades, get in touch and I'll be happy to answer all your questions, or we'll be happy to help you with the trade license. And just, guys, I'm a bit weird today because I'm surprised to see Czechs, basically only Czechs besides Keith. So I'm not sure if I'm live streaming from a different account, because I was switching between accounts. So I'm not sure. So I'm just bit weird today because it's in my mind what I've done. Anyway, so it will all be in the description of the video. Check the links if you want to read more about that. We also have downloadable lists of trades with the detailed descriptions on the website too. So I'll link everything there. And I will see you again, guys, Monday, Thursday, until the end of the world. And now see you guys, joiners, in a private session in about a minute. Good night.